Okay. Now I'm calling the parameterized constructor. Okay, so whatever input I'm taking, f name, s name, and balance, that will be sent to the account class, and then I'll be printing the details. So I have made changes in source.cpp. Okay, so again I have to build solution. Everything is fine here, and then I'll be just executing this thing. So first name, surname, and balance. Let me say I give 1,000 rupees. Okay. So I got the output as my surname first, and then my first name, and then the balance. Okay. So I've made changes for changes in source.cpp. So let's go back and let's see. Okay, inside the debug, you can see here the account.x at 12:17 it is created, but this source.object, you can see that it is changed, it is modified at 12:20. Stage of separate compilation is this: like if you make changes in any one of the files, there is no need to create an object file for other classes which are not modified. Okay, so it is always recommended to create separate files for, or you can say separate cpp files for every classes, so it will make compilation easier. Only those files which are modified will be compiled again, not all the files. Okay, so that is it all about this IDE. And this resource files is when you want to add some plot graph, or you want to add some picture, then you can add those resources to this resource files, which is not required for you now. So your all header files will go into the folder header files, and all your cpp files inside your source files. And remember this: separate file for all the classes, and separate file for the main function, main method. Okay, any doubts so far? Darshan, so you are asking me how is account.cpp linked with account.h? So when this account.cpp, you're including the header file. This line will tell you that you have to link this account.cpp with account.h. uh, writing header files, but remember this: inside your header file, so if you are having different classes, you will be having different header files also. For example, if you details, a class name called personal details, where there are personal details for a particular account holder. Okay, so you will be creating another header file with name personal details, and your class name will be personal details. So inside your header class, what all the what member functions and all the member methods also. Okay, you should give the declaration of class and definition of class. Those are the only rules in inside a header file. Yes, Nitin, I'll share this files. Yes. Okay. So these are all not necessary to take it, but I have written this just to tell you what is the use of it. So you're just like more than one account.h header files, and if you're not including the header file, it is, this first line is just checking that whether the account header file is included or not. If it is not included, then if it is not defined, then defined. If you have no doubts, okay, there's one more doubt. And why don't we include the function definitions of, you mean to say function implementations, right? Or definitions. So I didn't get you. You're saying account.cpp. What are all the definitions? Sorry, implementation of account.cpp. Why aren't we including it in account.h? Is that what you mean to ask? Okay. So this is the way you have to write programming. Okay, you do programming. So in the header files, you're separating things to keep the things separated and clean. Okay, so account header files should only contain the definitions and declaration of a class. Okay, it shouldn't be containing the implementations. All the implementation you keep it separately in a .cpp file. Yes. Okay. Is there any doubt? Okay. So, so I guess you understood how to use Visual Studio. If you're comfortable with some other ideas, you can use that also. But the main thing is this: you have to maintain separate files. Okay, this is what we call it a separate compilation. So one more thing. So regarding your assignments and the tests which you will be attempting in coming days, you have to remember one thing. So there will be a Google Classroom which will be created for you, maybe two different classrooms for two sections, because all 150 can't go into one single classroom. Okay, so there'll be two classrooms and you'll be getting an invitation through your mail, Gmail. Okay, so you have to accept the invitation so that you will be joining the classroom there. Okay, so you will be getting the assignments there itself, and there will be a due date for it. Yes, someone raised their hand. Who is it? Are you having any doubt? Okay. So once you join the Google Classroom, you can see all the notifications there. If any assignment is posted, you can see there, and you can see the due date also there. And what you can do is you have to complete your assignment before the due date, and you have to turn in your assignment. So you click on the assignment, and inside the assignment you can have a link called create or add assignment. There you have to add your files. So when you're adding the files, see, so for example, inside this Visual Studio, so I know where my files are going to be created, right? So for me, inside this IIM tutorial, I have this account.cpp, account.h, and source.cpp. All you have to do is you have to select these three. You have to mm, uh, create a zip file here, and then the zip file should be added to your Google Classroom uh, assignment. Okay, So you have to click on the create assignment, and then you have to add the zip file which you will be creating with all the class files as well as the header file. If you are interested to share the output also, you can share that also, but you have to zip them up and then you have to add it to the assignment inside the Google Classroom. And don't forget to click on turn in. Okay, you have to click on turn in so that your assignment will can be seen by me. Is it clear, everyone? It's not for each project. See, the project is your assignment, right? The whole assignment is your project. Inside the project, you will be having different header files for different classes, okay, and different CPP files for different classes, and you will be having one separate class which will have the main function. Is it clear, Gaurav? So see, for example, if I want to create a banking application, okay, so I have account class, I have personal details class, maybe I have the branch details class, okay. So I'll be having three .cpp classes and three header files and one class, one .cpp class where I'll be having the main function. Is it clear, everyone? And make sure you zip your files and then you send it, otherwise the space won't be enough. And make sure all the things which you will be uploading to the Google Classroom will be first uploaded to your drive, Google Drive, and then will be uploaded to me. So make sure your Google Drive will have enough space. Okay, so your Google Drive should have enough space, then start adding your assignments there. Is it clear, everyone? And please don't send me the drive links. Always zip your files and add your file. There will be a button called add or create file at the right top of Google Classroom. You have to just click on it and then you have to add your file. And then don't forget to turn in your assignment. Is it clear, everyone? Yes, and make sure you submit your assignments before the due time. If it is 11 a.m. to today, you have to send it before it. Even if it is 11:01, it will show me that it is turned in late. So even 1 minute will be like it will show to me that it is turned in late. Okay, so make sure you send it before the due date. So I'll be creating two classrooms. I guess half of you will go to the first classroom and second half will be to the second classroom. You just don't have to bother about them. You have to just click on the invitation you get on the Gmail, and if you don't get any invitation in your Gmail, let me know so that I'll share the classroom code. You can also join the class using the code also. Okay, everyone. Any doubts regarding the assignments, tests, or how to use the IDE or anything else? Uh, yes, for implementation. For is it for okay? You can use whatever you want, but as of me, Visual Studio is fine. Or else you can go for Eclipse also, because it is also an a user friendly environment, and it will be easier for you also. Okay. Yes, Ishan, you can submit from dev CPP also, but make sure don't send me the dev CPP file. Okay, you have to send me .cpp files and .h files. Okay, last year some students have sent me the dev CPP file, just like see. So in the Visual Studio, one more thing is being created here. You can see here IOOM tutorial.sln, which is solution file. Okay, solution is nothing but, in Visual Studio, solution is where you can have different projects inside one solution. So a group of projects you can put it in one solution. Okay, so some people used to share me this solution file. So don't do it. You have to send me .cpp files and .h files. The same goes with file. Send me the is also good in Visual Studio. So I don't know about VS Code, because for Python I'm using PyCharm separately. Maybe VS Code will help you to do multiple programming in the same environment. But Visual Studio, PPP, Java, and everything. Several more languages also. Yeah, Python. For Python, you have to go for some other IDE. Okay, the format, how you have to name your file and all. I'll be mentioning it. I'll be mentioning it in the classroom only. See, for all the notifications you will receive directly to Google Gmail. Okay, you don't have to always open your Google Classroom and see the notifications. The notifications will also you can receive directly from Gmail. Is that clear? No more doubts? Okay. Should I stop it here? Or yes? Are there any doubts?
If anyone is having any doubt, yeah, please unmute and ask the doubt.
Ma'am,
It seems that there is no doubt, right?
yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. So we can now call off the meeting.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's all. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone.